Hi, thanks for staying with us here at Everyway Woman. We're back with Charles and Charlie in regards to relationships. So we're going to talk about why do women cheat?
Ooh, oh boy.
We're going to start with the women first because we're always talking about the men, so let's get to the women.
Well, you know, I actually have had several clients that have come to me and had this same thing going on in their relationships. And unfortunately today, you know, there's a lack of fulfillment that's usually happening in the relationship. Women want some more excitement, and they step out sometimes because they feel like they're underappreciated. You know, the sad part is that a lot of times women aren't asking what they want from their partners or being as clear about what they need. But what ends up happening is both of them start to kind of do more and more outside, and they do more and more talking outside the relationship. And then the women are looking for that validation. I want to feel sexy, I want to feel young, I want to feel strong. And they start getting attention from other places. And sometimes if there's anger or resentment or just a lack of fulfillment in the relationship, they can get tempted to step out, and all of a sudden, you know, especially if they don't want to upset the apple cart and they want to kind of keep everything at home, then sometimes you'll have women that will occasionally go out and have an affair and feel like, well, I love my family and I love my home life, but I need a supplement. Right.
Well, what about if the woman has been trying to communicate? She feels like she has been trying to, you know, tell him and he's not getting it.
Yeah,
what about that?
That's another reason why you will see that lack of fulfillment happening, and they'll say, you know what, I'm going to get it somewhere else. And I mean, I had a Lifetime movie on the other day, and it was just mainstream family in the Midwest, and the woman was bragging about how she took on a lover. So it's also being reinforced in the media quite often.
Well, sure it is. See, but a lot of times men forget that women were women first and wives and mothers second, right? So when you were saying, what about the guy? You try to communicate your needs and he's not listening. They tend to forget that. In long-term relationships, a lot of men and women become very complacent and they go outside. Bottom line is that women usually cheat because they want to feel like women again. They want to be desired. They want to have passion. They want to be chased. And that's something that happens at the beginning of a relationship, but as it moves on through time, a lot of that wanes. So you end up with a marriage of compassion instead of passion.
Absolutely. And what about for the men? Thank you. What about for the men?
Guys cheat for a variety of reasons. The most common of which, though, is that they want an ego boost, or they have an opportunity to have sex with someone without immediately getting caught. They want to satisfy sexual curiosity of what it's like to be with that person.
So they want to feel like they still have it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, they want to feel like they have it, and they want to feel like it's what it's like to have that. Right.
And a lot of times I've had men come to me and say, you know, the thing is, my wife, I just don't even feel essential. And even in households where the man is bringing in all the money and the wife may be a stay-at-home mom, the thing is, whether you're working, not working, a man needs to feel essential. And that's not the only way that he feels essential. If that's the only place that he's feeling like he's important, it's not enough.
Well, and that's primal, right? I mean, men are built as protector-providers. You boil this down to our DNA, and that's exactly what we are. So we need to be validated as men. A lot of that comes from inside, though. A lot of men today are kind of outsourcing their masculinity through watching sports and doing a variety of things that don't come inside. They validate themselves externally.
And what about the biological this need of a man wanting to be with other women? Because that's another thing I've heard, that just biologically you guys naturally want to sleep with more women. Well, so if it's in you already.
But that has to do with primal instincts, right? I mean, at the end of it, we're just a species that's looking to procreate so that we can continue our bloodline, right? That's really what it is. But to those men, like, you have a choice. Monogamy is always a choice, but if you're going to take that plunge and do it with honor, you know, do it with dignity.
And some people are more drawn to it than others. I mean, that's the reality. Not all men have that urge. There are tremendously monogamous men out there who have no desire to cheat on a spouse ever. Even if they're in a relationship, they're unhappy, they're going to deal with that first before they step out.
Well, that's good to know.
Just like there are women. So we got to remember that.
That's good to know. Thank you so much. If you guys would like more questions, we'll be here at everywaywoman.com. Thank you so much.